Kai Havertz set to miss the rest of the season through injury. Arsenal forward suffered a torn hamstring during training at the Arsenal camp in Dubai. Unclear if the 25-year-old German international will require surgery, but focus is on getting fit back for the 25-26 campaign. It looks like Arsenal's season is done, over, finished. And I don't like to be reactionary and say that. I'm a Man United fan. As much as I dislike Arsenal, I want them to be putting some kind of stress on Liverpool. But Saka's out for at least another month, and you're gonna have. And if you overplay Saka when he comes back, he could risk re-injury. Jesus' season's over. Martinelli's out for 6 weeks, and while Havertz has been hit and miss this season, and Martinelli hasn't been the most convincing, Nwaneri, Trossard, and Sterling as your only fit forwards in a title race, that's not good enough. Even when Saka was fit, even when everyone was fit, I said Arsenal need a forward. They absolutely needed a forward. And while Havertz has come under a little bit of criticism lately, he's not a bad player. He's missed a few big chances here and there, but he's a good goal scorer. In 2024, I think only Haaland and Palmer and Isak had more non-penalty goal contributions than him, or something like that. I think there was probably another player that I'm missing. He can contribute. And he is a good player, and him being out for the rest of the season is a huge loss for Arsenal. I know people online like to play out that Havertz is rubbish, and look, he misses a few sitters here and there, but that's a huge loss. Even Martinelli, who may have not been the most convincing this season, out for 6 weeks on top of obviously Saka, the big loss, Jesus' season being over. Players like Odegaard aren't stepping up. Arsenal could be as great as they want in defence. They can be as great as they want in midfield. Partey and Declan Rice have looked really good lately, but in the final third, they'll miss the chances they create. They lack that transition spot. They lack the creativity. You saw it in the Newcastle game. They had chances, and had they had Isak and Anthony Gordon, maybe Arsenal beat Newcastle, but they don't have Isak. They don't have Anthony Gordon. Newcastle do. Eddie Howe set up Newcastle well. Newcastle won that game. But I literally made a video on my other channel yesterday about the title race, and I said, who's going to win the title race? And I said, I think Liverpool win it, but I said it's not over because there's only 6 points, and if Liverpool lost to Everton and Arsenal go and beat Liverpool, then that could be a 3-point gap, and Liverpool will drop points. But I said I don't know if Arsenal catch Liverpool, not just because Saka being injured, but Arsenal did not invest in the summer. Not the summer, in the January window. They did not invest in a forward in the January window. And I get, if the right player isn't available, don't go and spend a load of money for the sake of it. But I get that approach. But Man City will be back next year. Liverpool will be stronger next year. With Manchester City's fall off, this is the year that Arsenal should be going out there saying, I want to win a trophy. And Arsenal Football Club have failed their fans. Your board, your ownership have failed you, Arsenal fans. Because this was the season that Arsenal should win it. Slot's coming in his first season with basically no investment, and he's going to win that title. And he's going to walk that title. Please, Nottingham Forest, do something. Please, Nottingham Forest, do something. I can't speak now, I'm speaking so fast. He might now walk just to that title with Havertz out, with Martinelli out. Saka, if he's rushed back, he could risk injury again. Arsenal Football Club, you have a chance in the January window to bring in a top striker. Ollie Watkins is a top striker. Man United bring Van Persie in at age, 29. People say we shouldn't be signing 29-year-olds. Look what Van Persie did. He won United that title. I'm not saying that Watkins is as good as Van Persie, but you need a striker that's in their prime, that's ready now. I think the Duran situation made the Watkins situation difficult. I understand that. But Arsenal Football Club should have been saying, there's 6 points on Liverpool. This time last year, we were 9 points behind Liverpool. We caught up to them. Let's go out and sign a top striker because Saka's injured. Even when Saka was fit, it was clear and obvious we needed a striker. You could argue we needed a left winger. We didn't do any of that in the summer. There's money to be spent. Arsenal even said there's money to be spent. They put that bid in for Watkins because there was money to be spent. And they didn't do it. And the board have failed Arsenal there. Arteta's not been backed. Arteta has not been back. There's money's been spent, but why are Arsenal not signing an attacker in January? Did Arteta say, I want you to sign a midfielder and a left back and not an attacker in summer? Maybe Arteta was silly if he said that. But you look at Benjamin Sesko. Benjamin Sesko is clearly who Arsenal wants. But Benjamin Sesko isn't the be-all and end-all. I think he's a good signing. I think he's great. I think he's got similarities to Haaland and could fit the system really well. But he's not the great passer. He's not the greatest linker of play. He's someone that if you give him service, he'll score. And Benjamin Sesko could be a great addition to Arsenal. But you have to wait till summer for that. If you had ambition, you'd push for it. Manchester City spent 200 million in January. They pushed for it and they pushed for it and they went and got Omar Marmoush. And that is the difference between Arsenal and City. This is one of the reasons that Manchester City have won so many trophies and Arsenal haven't in recent years. Because Manchester City, as soon as things go wrong, they're ready to get out the checkbook and spend 200 million because their owners are ambitious. Arsenal don't do that. There's money been spent. Arteta's had money spent on him. But Liverpool and Arsenal and Manchester United, we might spend money, we might do this and that in summer. But Manchester City, when the going gets tough, Pep, here's 200 million. We'll push for this player. We'll push for that player. We'll get that signing done. We'll get Omar Marmoush. We'll get this player in. They signed a DM. They signed 2 centre-backs. They signed Omar Marmoush. I mean, Arsenal just battered City 5-1. Arsenal just showed the quality. And Arsenal were my favourites to win the Premier League at the start of the season as a United fan. Because I said they've got so much quality in defence. They had the best defensive record in 2024. The midfield is stable. Mourinho hasn't been particularly impressive, but I thought they needed that kind of profile. I think potentially Lewis Skelly could move to left centre mid long term. I think he's been really impressive. But where Arsenal were weak was striker and left wing. Havertz scored a lot of goals last season. I can understand if Arteta went, you know what, if I can't get the player I want, I could do Havertz as a number 9 from now to the end of the season. He got a few goals. I understand that. But at least get a left wing, because Martinelli wasn't convincing last season. I get you got Martinelli and Trossard, but get left wing or get someone that can play left and right wing to take that pressure and burden off Saka, because Saka's now injured. Like Nico Williams, who I do think's a bit overrated, he could have been an option. But right now, I look at it and I think, crap, Liverpool are going to win the league. I said this, Saka out for a month, Jesus season over, Havertz season over, Martinelli out for 6 weeks. Liverpool have probably won the league. Because look, maybe Liverpool drop off and they lose a few games, or Salah gets injured, or Van Dijk gets injured, and yeah, Liverpool are in a bad situation. But a front three of Trossard, Sterling, and Nwaneri, and Nwaneri's been excellent, by the way. Nwaneri is a fantastic player, but that's not catching Liverpool. Salah, Gakpo, Diaz, Nunes, Jota versus Sterling, Nwaneri, Trossard, and maybe Saka gets rushed back. I don't think Arsenal can compete with that. And I don't want to be reactionary and say it's over, Arsenal are completely finished. But I do look at that and think, well, that is probably Arsenal's season over. Maybe they do something crazy in the Champions League. Maybe Liverpool have a drop-off. But they've got 4 of their 7 attacking options injured, and one of them's a 17-year-old kid. Sterling isn't particularly convincing. And Trossard's hit and miss, but I always feel like Trossard's better when he comes off the bench. Arsenal have had absolutely zero luck with injuries this season. If people are saying Arteta out because they don't win the league this season, I think that's harsh. They've had absolutely no luck with injuries. The board got it wrong. The people above Arteta got it wrong, not going and signing a striker in January. The title race could have been interesting. Liverpool might drop points. I think Liverpool will drop points. And Arsenal, they showed the second half of last season, they took City to the final day. But Saka being out is a huge miss. But if Saka and Havertz are fit till the end of the season and, you think, okay, that attack could do enough to push Liverpool. But now I just feel like we're relying on Nottingham Forest. I feel like maybe I'm being reactionary, but I'm a Man United fan. I just don't think that Arsenal's attack can compete with Liverpool. Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai are excellent in midfield. Van Dijk is the best centre-back in the world, as good as Saliba and Gabriel Gabriel are. And Gabriel's been excellent in the season, but they're not Van Dijk's level. Van Dijk's the best centre-back. Gravenberch is an unbelievable midfielder, is having an unbelievable season. Liverpool have that confidence, they have that boost. Maybe Everton do something today. But yeah, I think Arsenal not signing a forward and not reinforcing in the January window has cost them. It's cost them big time. Maybe the Duran Saudi situation doesn't help. Maybe they would have got Watkins. But I think it's cost them big time. Anyway, Arsenal fans, let me know your thoughts down below. But I think that's Liverpool winning the title. Bye.